Hello, and thank you for tuning into this week's Mayor's Update. As always, we have a lot of important information to share with you here this week, so please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, relatives, and anyone else you think might find this information helpful over the course of the coming week. I want to start by talking about the Gardner Senior Center. It is intergenerational summer is what they're calling it over at the Gardner Senior Center. That means all the programming from now through the end of August is meant to have a different intergenerational aspect to it, so that those who are attending the Senior Center can bring either their grandchildren or their children with them to different programming, so that you get that different feel than just a traditional senior center, with different people of different ages there, interacting with each other and making it just a different way to bond with family members who are there. So I do want to thank Nancy, Mike, and Rob over at the Gardner Senior Center for continuing to grow the programming that we have over at the Senior Center, and seeing what we can do to bring in new ideas and different just fun times for people to utilize over at that community service center that we have over on Pleasant Street. So if you're interested in participating in any of those or seeing when those are being offered, you can contact the Gardner Senior Center and talk to Nancy, Mike, or Rob at any time. The Food Truck Festival is coming back to the city of Gardner on Saturday, July 9th from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we will have Boot Hill Express over on the front steps of Gardner City Hall beginning at 4 to 8. It's going to be a bigger event this year. We actually have 26 trucks now. Last week we talked about having 23, and then we added Clyde's Cupcakes, Ben & Jerry's, and Simi's Polar Express to the list there too. So it is something that is going to be quite larger than last year. I know we had issues with lines last year, but we only had 13 trucks because so many trucks were still being a little careful because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They've all fully lifted their restrictions this year, so we were able to double the amount of trucks that we have. So hopefully that does cut down on the number of the time you have to wait in line. As if you are at the festival, Moon Hill Brewing is going to be back on the front lawn as well, providing adult beverages, and we will have some other different programs as well. We do want to remind people that this is a bring your own chair event, if you want to have a picnic on the front lawn of City Hall, but we also want to remind people that we do have the Pleasant Street seating area as well, so if you'd like to utilize that to eat during as well, we'll have trucks leading up to that center, and then again it'll go on the full amount in front of City Hall on Pleasant Street and then down City Hall Avenue as well. So thank you very much to my aide Colin Smith for putting that together, for the DPW, Board of Health, Police Department, everyone who's helped make this possible year after year in its 6th iteration here in the city of Gardner. A couple of people may remember that 3 years ago, CGI Productions put on different promotional videos for the city of Gardner and different nonprofit and business organizations around the city. Those can be found on the city's website on the homepage if you clicked video tours. We are up for our 3-year renewal. That means they'll be coming back to redo those videos, and they'll be reaching out to different local businesses, nonprofits, to see if they'd like those videos done as well. If you don't remember what that was like 3 years ago, these videos are free for the city to do. However, if you are a business sponsor for the videos, that means you sign up to get a video done for your own business or organization as well, or you get an ad on the city's videos, you will pay, and that's really what subsidizes the city's project there. However, no matter what, the city does get the videos in the end. So if you receive a letter, or if you know someone who's a business owner, a nonprofit owner, or just a different community organization, and you receive a letter from CGI saying that they're working with the city of Gardner on these promotional videos, it should be accompanied with a letter from my office letting you know that this is not a scam, that this is an actual thing that the city is doing and partnering with CGI Productions on, and is something that we're looking forward to having to just be able to market the city in a new way, similar to what we did with the Viewpoint videos that we've had in the past. So if you get a letter like those, or you have any interest in trying to figure out how to get your own little video commercial to be attached to the city's commercials, you can contact my office at any time and talk to Alex or Colin. Couple of congratulations that we'd like to say to the Gardner Lodge of Elks on having their 100th anniversary this coming weekend, and to WGAW 1340 AM radio station on having their 75th anniversary in the city of Gardner. Both of these organizations have been in the city for quite some time, as evidenced by the anniversaries that they're celebrating, but they've also been quite large community partners. You look at the several thousands of dollars that the Elks has donated to the community in different volunteer hours and the services that they offer to people, and just the different community events that they sponsor. And then WGAW, everyone knows them here in the city as the voice of Gardner's news, Every Saturday I have a show at 12:15 and the council president has one around 1:15, and that's just those weekly things, let alone everything else that happens in between. So I want to say congratulations to the Elks and to Steve Wendell over at WGAW for those anniversaries and milestones that they have here. Lastly, we just want to give people a heads up that the American Day in the Park is coming back to the city of Gardner on Sunday, July 17th. Keep an eye out for the flyers that are going to pop up around the city announcing that event there as a way to celebrate our veterans and just to give a thank you to those in our community that work with our veterans and to our veterans for their service to our country. And thank you to everyone who put that event on every year. Lastly, we just want to give everyone a heads up that we have received several questions about the tax bills that were sent out last week. Like we talked about in last week's update, this really is a issue of just the state laws that were passed by the ballot box with Proposition 2.5, with the voters going on a ballot initiative for that, mixed with different other state statutes regarding how cities are allowed to issue municipal tax bills. I understand that this is a very confusing process, that it's just something where tax rates are done on a calendar year basis, but valuations have to be done on a fiscal year basis that runs from July 1st through June 30th. What we're going to do to try to help alleviate any confusion that may come as a result of these bills is we have put together a little pamphlet of information about how this is affecting every city and town in Massachusetts, that it's not just us, why it's happening the way it is, what to expect, how the math works and things like that. The city treasurer's office and the city assessor's office put this together as an example just for people to have. These are available here in City Hall, but we're also going to be mailing one out of these out to every taxpayer in the city of Gardner so that you can have a better sense about what's going on and why the bills are looking higher now than they normally have, and what to expect come January when they should be lower because the tax rate should lower as well. If you have any questions on those, however, you can still feel free to stop by my office, call the city assessor's office, call the tax collector's office, and we're happy to talk to you at any time. However, that concludes this week's update. As always, if you have any questions on anything you saw in this update this week, you can feel free to contact my office at any time. Get out and enjoy the warm weather that we're having. The Greenwood Pool is back to being open. We've got the Food Truck Festival this weekend. There's a lot to enjoy outside in the city with the warmer weather and make these summer months quite memorable here in the city of Gardner. And I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Thank you very much and have a good day.